every week we get people asking to switch to us for their oxygen, as their oxygen provider. Why do you think people want to go with us over the others?
Well, two main reasons. The first reason is a portable oxygen concentrator. They have realized after they received their tanks from the current provider that this exists. So it opened up a world for them, and they're wondering, why in the world do I not have one of those and I have these tanks over here? So they're interested in getting their freedom back and not being a prisoner in their home any longer, and they know that we bill these to insurance and have them fully in stock. So that's a big one right there. Number two is just the customer service on their current provider side. And I would say that this is actually more abundant than even the portable oxygen concentrator. They're typically stuck with some sort of national provider that doesn't answer their phone. They're really good at getting you set up and starting to bill your insurance, but the after the point of sale, if you will, is very, very lackluster. And I've seen some horror stories where people literally cannot get any tanks at all, and they can't even get to the grocery store and things of that nature, and it's a pretty sad situation. So those are absolutely the two most common reasons. I have plenty of other videos too that talk about, I would suggest the rationing of your life video, and then also why in the world do I have a tanks instead of a POC, because it really goes into it more granular.
Well, that makes perfect sense. So can you explain why switching providers isn't always the easiest thing to do?
Yeah, primary reason for this video, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a question that we get, as you know, all the time. And I feel like we're constantly explaining this situation. So I'll break it down between commercial and Medicare. Commercial is going to be very, very quick and easy. They don't have any kind of contract. Basically, you have the right to drop a provider whenever you want to, and then you can pick up a new provider if you'd like to. And that transition from our perspective, the medical supply perspective, is relatively easy, okay? So we don't really have a whole lot of issues if you have a commercial insurance. It's the Medicare and Medicare replacement plans. And the reason why is because of the good old Affordable Care Act. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and it gets a little bit technical. I'm going to try and be as precise as I can. The Affordable Care Act not only cut reimbursements on oxygen, but they also cut them by saying, you're entering into a 5-year contract with Medicare and the medical supplier, in which I'm only going to pay you, the medical supplier, 3 out of the 5 years. So 2 of the years is what we call the gap, where we receive no reimbursements from Medicare at all. Okay? So Medicare will tell you, you can go wherever you want. You have the right to go wherever you want and choose who you want to. But here's the kicker. Will the medical supply company pick up your oxygen service? The answer is typically no. And the reason why is because if you have a medical provider currently that's been billing your insurance for oxygen for 1, maybe 2 years, that means you only have 1, maybe 2 years of reimbursement over the next 5 years left. And the reimbursements are already tight. So the reason why medical provider won't pick it up is because it's essentially financial suicide. All right? So, and this is another video, but just briefly, that's why it's so important to make sure that whenever you're diagnosed with oxygen, that you're getting sent to a medical supply company that not only has portable oxygen concentrators for you and believes in them so that you have your freedom, but also you're going with the local provider that has a very, very good reputation.
Yeah, that's a lot to think about. Some good information.
Yeah, and it's sad because usually it's an emergency situation. They don't have the time to do this kind of research. And so they just kind of go wherever they're sent by the hospital or whoever basically diagnoses them with oxygen. That's why I'd highly recommend looking at that. Why in the world do I have tanks instead of a portable oxygen concentrator? Because it's going to really dig into that deeper.
Okay. Well, so I know you've put a lot of thought into this next question, but if someone is wanting to switch to us, what should they do?
So, very simply, it all starts with having a conversation. So, take 30 seconds, fill out the form below, and we'll reach out to you. But we really just need to determine, where do you stand with your insurance? Where are you? And then from there, our number one goal is going to be getting you a portable oxygen concentrator, but also giving you the service that you deserve and need. So start with the conversation, take 30 seconds, fill out the form below, and we would be happy to figure out where you stand and how we can help you. But furthermore, I have spent a lot of time thinking about this because I have come across some very inhumane situations where it's just sad and there's nothing that we can really do about it unless we're just giving out free portable oxygen concentrators. But unfortunately, I need to keep the lights on. So I have a program that we created, and we can get you a portable oxygen concentrator for as little as $2.29 a day, which in my opinion is very, very reasonable for your freedom. So just give us a call and we will do everything we can to make sure that you're taken care of.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for the information.
You bet.